In this tutorial we will take a look at the new curve editor in Realflow 5. I will create a simple rocket object and I'm gonna set some keyframes. So I will right click on the position and I just say add key. This will add key to all X, Y and Z. You can do it individually too, so you just want to set rotation X and add key, or you can remove the key, and you can open curve. Right now this doesn't have any curves, so we just go position and open all curves, or you can just go rotation and open just the X. So this will add curves to the curve editor. So this is how this is how the curve editor works. That it just keeps adding curves to it. So we can remove from the editing list, and we can edit back. So open the curve and it adds it back, and we can add, for instance, the scale Y and open the curve. Now if you look at the rocket X, Y and Z, it only has one key. We can go to another frame to 60 and move it up, and then rotate it. So we have to set a keyframe. You see that in the curve editor you can see that it didn't set any key. We have to set the keyframes. So we go to position and set for all X, Y and Z. We have to add a key, so just add a key on all, and this created keyframe for all of them. And so we probably want also the rotation Y. So rotation Y and the key. If we go back, you see that at the 0 there is no keyframe, so we have to set a keyframe here too. So it's just put in 0 and Y, add the key. And now the rocket is gonna change direction. Okay, so we don't need the scale, we can just remove from the editing list, and let's try to edit these curves a little bit. So the Z is quite interesting. Let's look at the toolbar up here. We can add control points with just clicking, like turning this button on and just clicking, and it creates curves. You can't really move it around if you have the tool selected, so you have to uncheck this and then you can move it as you want. To remove these keyframes, you hit this red arrow button and you just click on the keys, and this removes the keyframes. With this zoom tool you can select range, and this will go zoom in to your selection. And you can also navigate in the curve editor. If you press Alt and the middle button, you can pan with the wheel, the scroll mouse. You can zoom out, and if you right click, actually you have to click the button to turn it off, the selection. And if these buttons are off, then you can select individual keyframes or multiple keyframes, and you can move them around. Okay, so you can pan the selection with this button. So you just click the hand icon, and you can pan this selection. So I have 3 keyframes selected right now, and I want to pan them. For instance, on X, I want to pan them 20 frames. So I'll put in 20 and hit OK. So as you see, I press Alt and move it. I see that all the keyframes went 20 frames later. We can also pan them back. So I just put -20. Okay, and they go back where they were before. Okay, the next one is you can scale the keys. So let's scale the selection. I want them to be closer to each other, so I'm gonna scale them on X 0.5, and you see that the keyframes got scaled down to half the frames. Okay, that's the scale. You can, with Shift, you can select multiple curves, and you can, but you can only, actually you can't edit them. You can only edit one of them at a time. Then the next, copy selected keys. So let's go back to the Z because it's more interesting. So we select these 3 keys, and let's go to frame 30. So here we can have copy